Honestly, our parents think we are in school to study. What are we supposed to be in school for? Well, don't get me wrong, but I noticed an evil under the sun. Well, recently I just realized that I just started noticing that anytime my mom calls me, she would always say things like, "All our phone call, you will have understanding," and all of those prayers. And none of it actually sounds like God will keep you as you are traveling to and fro. None of it sounds like God will help you as you are meeting new friends. None of it sounds like God will help you as you are going to parties. Actually, it doesn't mean that all of these are bad, but it just means that we have just one soul assignment. The more I realized it recently, the more I begin to judge myself. Actually, what even made me think of creating this video was I was in my room gingerly this morning. Then there was this woman upstairs that came to visit her children in school. And one of our children's friend was going to school. Just greeted mommy, "Mommy, good morning, And what mommy's reply was, "Good morning, As you are going to school, God will help you to be able to achieve what you are here for. God will grant you success." All our friendship. I was like, we should not have greeted these mommies. It is God will give you success. God will. Then that got me thinking, is she doing too much? Or is that the right prayer? Or could she have just simply said, "Good morning, have a great day"? But they are deliberately specific in their prayers for a reason. And every time I think of that, makes me think of my mom too. The fact that even our parents generally, the fact that they have just one sole purpose of sending us to school. They don't know whatever else you're doing in school, but they know why they sent you there. And what if you leave what they sent you for, which is the only reason they know that they sent you here, and you focus on what you want to gain from it? That would be very bad. Like I said, when I heard that, and every time I remember my mom's prayers, I judge myself. I weigh things. Am I spending my stay here the way to actually glorify God and the way my parents will be happy? When I was leaving home in 2024, was it to actually come and play around, or was it to study? Realizing that it is to study, I knew I had a lot to do. So now let me announce to you that you can actually do those other things together and still study. But just remember one thing. If school has to call off this session now and call off my level and say, okay, for this particular class 31 or class 32 or class 28 that you are ending your school right away. It's the CGPA I'm going home with, the one my mom, my dad thought about when they were sending me to school. Is that what they dreamt of? Is that what will make them happy? Now, apart from that, even if I'm permitted to proceed, don't forget, the higher you go, the harder it becomes. The CGPA I'm leaving the school with, is it one that I myself am proud of? That I can tell my parents, 4 years, 5 years in school, 6 years, this is what I came back with. Would I be proud? Would they be proud to say, look at your sister, be like her? When I remember things like that, it just makes me stay more focused. I do other things. I'm a public speaker, I'm an event host, I'm a business woman. But I love to balance it. And even if I must do everything else, one thing has to go for another. So my sleep goes up on time for my books. So I just want to advise you. I just woke up this morning and I heard that woman say it, remembered my mom's prayers, and the fact that every time she sends me money, she will say something like that. And that means that she's saying, this is why I'm sending you money. Your parents too, the reason they are paying your school fees, the reason they are sending you money that you're in school is so that you can make them proud. You can come back with that first class. Every time my mom meets any of our cousins, she will say, God will give you first class. So even those ones that are studying medicine, that I've told her again and again that we don't use first class, she will still say, God will give you first class. And that always rings a bell to me, that means this is what our parents are after. They are not after mediocrity, so I'm not going to give them that. They are after exceptionalism. So would you give them that? So my advice for you this morning is just simple. You're doing many other things. I know you're a YouTuber, you're a content creator, you have a WhatsApp channel, you have a community you're building. In fact, you're the most popular person in LAUTECH. And you're having these names to yourself. You want to be at every party so they can know that that popular guy is here. You want to organize events, you want to hold conferences, scientific conferences, academic conferences. You're a church guy, you're the choir master and everything. Oh, you write books, you're a public speaker, you're a spoken word artist, you represent school for public speaking and everything. Is your result going to satisfy you and your parents after you're graduated? That's all my question for you. You might say, I'm not going into this academics of a thing. I want to venture into business. I want to go full into public speaking. I want to, after graduation, I'm just going to school for going sake. Don't forget, you are not the only one to satisfy yourself concerning your going to school. You're also to satisfy the people who are sending you. If you are sending yourself, fine. But if someone is sending you, you have to satisfy them too. So you have to think of them when you're thinking of what CGPA do I want to graduate with. So I'll leave you with this truth. Bye for today.